Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday at 6 o'clock, and of course, I'm back. Let me get this other one going, and then we'll get started. So, welcome back. We took a week off for Easter. It was much needed, and I enjoyed spending time with my family, but I am back today, and we're going to talk about why it's important. Well, why life after heartbreak is so important. Why do I talk about this every week? Why do I even care if you heal after heartbreak? Hey, Valencia, because I don't want you to be miserable. Short and sweet. No, but life after heartbreak is super important because who wants to walk around being miserable every day after a relationship? It's all about healing and forward progression. So it's super important because no one wants to be stagnant and in the same place as they are currently. Even though I've gone through this process of healing and figured out who I am and what I want to be and what I want to do, I still want forward progression. So I'm still learning things about myself and I'm still trying to be a better person. And all of that is in the vein of not making the same mistakes that I had before. I feel like I'm super close to this camera. Roll back a little bit. So it's very, very important. It's important to me, which is why I get on here every week and I post throughout the week about different aspects of healing after a toxic relationship. So you might be wondering, who the heck is Lenore and why does she think she can just get on here and talk about relationship pain and healing from toxic relationships and all of that? So I'm Lenore Bowles and I've been where you are. And I've struggled with healing after a relationship. I was in a very toxic relationship for 7 years. And it ended, in my mind, sort of abruptly. Thankfully, it was necessary, but it was a little abrupt. And I felt like I had to figure all of this stuff out. And I was scrambling to decide who I was after being in a relationship for so long. When you're in a relationship that long, you definitely start commingling your lives. Our finances were mingled. We weren't married. Our lives were mingled. We lived together. So all of these things abruptly are gone. So I had to figure out, how am I going to survive as a single person? So who am I? I had to figure that out as well. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you've seen where I talked about ordering pizza for the first time as a single person. And all I wanted was a veggie pizza because for 7 years, we had only eaten one type of pizza. And I was excited to buy a veggie pizza. So figuring out who I am, what I like, what I'll put up with, this was not all overnight. It was not all an instant decision. I definitely wallowed in my own pain for a while. And then I had to figure out, do I want to do this anymore? And the answer was no, because it didn't feel good. It was miserable. I was really good at hiding my emotions, at least at work or around my closer friends knew a little bit more of what was going on with me, but they just still didn't know everything. I'm very good at not telling you what I don't want you to know. And I had to decide that I didn't want to feel like this. I didn't want to come home from work and get in the bed and just lay there until I fell asleep. And then I had to figure it out the next day. And it was not fun. And I'm not going to lie to you. Life after heartbreak is not an easy road. It is worth it. It is 100% worth it. Some things are easier than others. What's easy for me may or may not be easy for you as well, and vice versa. But it's critical because if you don't start rediscovering who you are after a toxic relationship, you are going to be stuck in the same place. And we've all met these people. They're like angry all the time. They wake up angry. They snap at people. They're bitter. They just are in a bad mood all the time. Now, that could be for various reasons, but I have met people where they are always upset. Something's always bothering them. They're always angry, snapping at people. That is because of past relationships. Or you have the men ain't shit or all men are trash. I'm guilty of saying these things. Do I really believe all men are trash? Absolutely not. But I have said them. And it was all because I was bitter about a relationship with a man that I shouldn't have been with, probably. Not probably, that I shouldn't have been with. So you really have to make the decision and choose to work on yourself. And it's baby steps. It literally starts with waking up every day and making the choice that I don't want to live this way. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I need to do better. And you start making those baby steps each day. Some days you will backtrack and you just fall back into bad habits. The key is when you fall back into bad habits that you don't let that derail all of your progress, that you hold in that space and then you move forward as necessary and as you can. So it's super important. I talk about it all the time because it truly, truly, truly is necessary in order to live a better life. And I always talk about what was my 2019 New Year's resolution. And I'm proud to say that I am still kicking ass on this resolution because my resolution was to be better, be a better person. Now, whatever that meant was different. Each day it's different. What I thought being a better person was in January definitely is not the same thing that I think being a better person is today. I choose to wake up each day, and I don't always hit this on the head. Sometimes I wake up in a bad mood. I did a live video about that. Well, I did like a Instagram thing about that a few days ago. I just woke up in a bad mood. I had no idea why. Nothing had happened. I knew from the minute my eyes opened that morning, it was going to be a bad day. And I started like laughing about it midday because I realized like, you're ridiculous. You woke up this way and you're letting it affect the rest of your day. So everything is always about choices. You have to choose to live better. You have to choose to do better, and you have to choose what you will and will not accept. So now I will not accept a lot of BS. I recognize red flags right away and I exit that situation pretty quickly, like very fast. Now, this was not always the case. I started dating really quickly after my relationship because I was bored and I was lonely and it did not work out for me. I'll probably do like a video or a blog post or something about that because my misadventures in online dating were pretty interesting. Been tickled, been told I need to wear weave, all kinds of weird things that I'm like, ugh. So I exited that situation pretty quickly as well because I realized I was going to fall back into the same type of relationship I had just left, and I didn't want that. So I decided to date myself. What does dating yourself mean? It means taking yourself on a date, literally. Go out and have breakfast or lunch or dinner by yourself. You don't need anyone with you. You may feel strange the first time. You may have people, so what? These people don't know you and you don't know them, and you'll probably never see them again. Like I pamper myself. If I feel like I need a massage, I go get a massage. If I want to go get my nails or my toes done, I go do that. And I date myself and I pamper myself the way I would if I was dating someone else. That's key because at the end of the day, you are the only person you'll have to live with for the rest of your life. You have to spend every waking minute and sleeping minute with yourself. So you really have to learn to like the person that you are. And last year, I did not like myself. And that was very clear after that relationship. And hindsight is 2020. So looking back, there were plenty of opportunities like in the first 2 weeks of this relationship where I should have bailed and I didn't. And there were opportunities where I could have bailed and I didn't. So I had to figure out how to forgive myself for accepting a whole bunch of crap that I shouldn't have. And it's scary. Like when you hold that mirror up to yourself and you have to accept the fact that you lived this way because you allowed it, it's humbling, but it's necessary because if you don't recognize the mistakes you made and you don't acknowledge those mistakes, you'll go on living that way forever. Maybe not forever, but you could potentially have the same sort of relationship over and over. And no one wants that. Like, who wants to live like that? I sure don't. So I had to choose to live differently. And it's great now. I like it. I think I'm moving into a stage of life where I'm focusing on helping as many people as possible, discovering my passions and what is my purpose on this earth. And all of those things are starting to come up for me now, but it was not that way last year. Last year was survival initially. I needed to figure out, how do I survive as a single person? Once I got that down, then I needed to figure out, like, who am I? And what do I want out of life? How do I heal from this pain that I'm feeling every day? Once I figured that out, then I could move on to, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And it's a learning experience. I have conversations with people every day where I'm like, that's great. And so I feel like I've been put here to help breathe that life into other people. So I definitely help women. As a relationship coach, I help women get past their toxic relationship pain and that trauma that they've experienced and learn how to now live as a single person. But I also help breathe life into, what are you here for? What are you passionate about? How can we get you on the path to what you should, or you feel like you should be doing? So that is where I'm at now. And I do that by coaching women. And it's definitely fun. You get a lot of one-on-one access to me. And we just figure out, like, what are you suffering from? How can we help you move through that trauma and pain? And how can we put you on the path to living a much happier, healthier life? So if you're interested in that, always, always reach out to me. You can also do a next step call with me. So what that is we get on a call and we just chat for about 30 or 45 minutes. And then we figure out if working together is what we want to do. And if it is, then we work one-on-one and we get you on the road to being the person you want to be. So there is a link in my bio on Instagram. It says free next step call. And then on Facebook in the description, there's a link there as well. Also, I always ask that you share these videos because you never know who in your life needs this information. If they're anything like me, they'll never tell you what they're suffering with and they'll just suffer in silence. So share this video. They will likely watch it. And hey, Kim. And hopefully that there's something in this video that will impact them. If you don't already, please like, share. I have a YouTube page. I'm about to record a video in a few minutes. And hey, Sharon, I'm going to record a video about red flags. Interesting. We'll see how that turns out. But please, please share my pages. I want to get this information out to as many women as possible. That is my mission, to show as many women as possible that there's life after heartbreak. Just call me the Heartbreak Healer. This is a new hashtag I'm using. So please, please, please share, like, subscribe. I do follow back. So follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. And I'll, of course, like every week, next week, I'll be doing this at 6 p.m. And that's all I have this week. I'm about to go record a video. Talk to you later. Bye. Every week, I struggle at ending this video. Bye.